Morning team, Coach Alexa here. I'm sharing another book recommendation today. It's not a running related book, it's not a psychology related book. On the surface of it, it's got absolutely nothing to do with sport or anything connected with sport at all. But I read it with my coaching hat on and I found it incredibly useful to apply to sport. It's called The Intelligence Trap by a chap called David Robson. It is all about how to notice and identify potential bias in your thinking. Our human brains are wired in a way that we are much more likely to pick up on information and people and data that confirms our existing beliefs about things. So this book is written in the context of much bigger stuff like climate change, but actually I read it from the point of view of things that can go on in the world of sport. Certain people have belief systems about, barefoot shoes, for example. When Born to Run, the book, came out a few years ago, people got quite evangelical about barefoot shoes or nothing, basically. And now it's sort of swung a little bit back towards maximal cushion shoes. The same has gone on in history in terms of coaching methodologies, the focus on endurance and low heart rate running versus interval training, versus different ways of measuring things versus how to structure people's training, what the next hot thing is. Always there's a sort of a thing that everybody sort of runs after and goes for and believes is the answer to everything. It happens a lot across so many different viewpoints, doesn't it? So many things that we can potentially have differing opinions on. So this book talks through about why that happens, the way our brains work. It talks through how you can notice it a little bit in yourself and what you can do to help avoid just seeking out and only noticing, really, only recognising, noticing or taking on board the data and information sources that can already further confirm your existing beliefs. How to be more open to alternative viewpoints and how to be able to actually take in new information and change your beliefs and theories according to how evidence changes over time, because science is being done all of the time, and what was recommended and believed to be true 30 years ago may well be very different to what is believed to be true now. For example, in the world of sport and coaching, stretching, pre-run static stretching, where you hold that stretch for sort of 15-20 second heel up to the bum quad stretch, for example, was absolutely recommended for pre-sports, pre-workout, sort of 20 years or so ago. The evidence has turned on its head completely and says that you shouldn't do it before a workout. Afterwards, yeah. But definitely shouldn't be doing it before a workout now. And I still know coaches who absolutely swear blind that it's something that you should be doing pre-workout still. So, things change. And I think when we have a flexible mindset, we're curious about things, and we have that open-minded, I guess, approach. So we're not too stuck in our ways and believe it's our way or the highway. That sort of ability to be curious and maybe a slight lack of ego to not assume that you're always right about everything allows us to take on different viewpoints, assess them, but also to look at some of the clickbaity type stuff that you particularly see online. You see a lot of headlines about this is the new superfood or this is the best running shoe or whatever. To be able to just take a step back and read that with a slightly critiquing mindset. Yes, this is an opinion, doesn't necessarily mean it's the opinion. I'm going to read it, see what I think, maybe do a bit of research into it, find out some more data on it, ponder it a little bit, and wonder sort of, how it fits into my knowledge and understanding and what bits of it I might take on board in my thinking. So really, really useful book. I certainly see, as I say, a lot of situations in running and in sport where we can get into these more sort of entrenched positions where we just confirm our own biases again and again. And the more we do that, the less likely we are to be able to recognise or think about or appreciate other potentially conflicting sources of information. I certainly see it a lot in the world of nutrition. I mean, it's really gone a bit bonkers over the last few years. I think the nutrition world, carbs are everything. Carbs are to be avoided at all cost. Protein is the answer to everything. No, you absolutely should not. Protein's awful. Fats are brilliant. Fats are dreadful. I mean, really, however you can make sense of it all, I don't know. So yeah, a useful book, The Intelligence Trap. A useful book to help cultivate your own thinking style, so you can take in different viewpoints and form your own educated decision or opinion, and also how to spot when people are trying to use these brain strategies that they've been researching against you to influence your thinking.